DBS News. Fresh in the morning, eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
Good morning and welcome to the DBS Major Morning News. I'm your presenter, Alian Christopher. In the headlines, Prime Minister Roosevelt carried to respond this morning to a decision by the United States government to impose new travel restrictions on Dominicans. In news from the region, Antigua and Barbuda disappointed by U.S. visa suspension, says Prime Minister Brown. And in sports, Alex Carey's turn keeps Australia afloat in the third Ashes test against England. These are the headlines this morning. I'm your presenter once again, Alian Christopher. The news will follow.
From the time that you taste it, man, you know that it's greatness. Some ice in your cup to your friends in cup. You know that we live in. Signal the bartender. No, we don't need chaser. But if you want, it could mix with anything. We drinking Stones ginger wine, the original ginger wine. We drinking a legacy. Stones ginger wine. Greatness is forever.
Locally distributed by Fine Foods, Inc.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
Wow, a new laptop.
Yep.
How much you pay?
Only $10. This Christmas, sign up for any home bundle or the Turbo 400 internet plan or higher and get a laptop or tablet for only $10. And there's more. You can win even more festive prizes with our Christmas Spin the Wheel. That's faster, more reliable internet with same upload and download speeds and fantastic rewards. Sign up in-store today or visit online at discoverflow.co for more info. We keep your Christmas rhythm flowing.
DBS News.
Welcome back to the DBS Major Morning News. First up, two Caribbean countries, Antigua and Dominica, are now subject to new U.S. travel restrictions under a proclamation signed by President Donald Trump, citing concerns over screening, vetting, and citizenship by investment programs. The measures, which will take effect on January 1, 2026, partially suspends the entry of nationals of both countries as immigrants and on several non-immigrant visa categories. According to the proclamation, Antigua and Barbuda and Dominica were included because both countries have historically offered citizenship by investment without residency, which the U.S. authorities say creates vulnerabilities in identity verification and vetting. Well, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerritt joins us live to discuss this latest development. Mr. Prime Minister, good morning. Thank you for joining us live.
My pleasure. Good morning to you, and of course, good morning to all your listeners. Like everyone else, we were surprised by the actions of the United States. But first of all, let me make it clear that we respect the sovereignty of the United States. Like any other nation, it has the right to take whatever decisions it believes may be in its national interest. So we're not at odds with the United States on this matter. But certainly we are surprised by the action, because the reason given by the United States government for this decision is that our program our program does not have a residency requirement. As you know, the Caribbean countries with CBI programs entered into an agreement and subsequently enacted legislation. In Dominica's case, we enacted the legislation on October 15, 2025, and central to that legislation and agreement is the requirement of residency. Now, both the agreement and the legislation were thoroughly reviewed by the United States through the United States Department and, of course, the Treasury Department and our friends at the U.S. Embassy in Barbados. They were all fully engaged. The U.S. gave us some very important feedback, and they gave their okay and approval to the final draft of both the agreement and the legislation which was passed. So the U.S. has been fully engaged on this matter. So for the reason that was given, we were surprised by it because that has been dealt with. Among other concerns which the United States has had with regards to our CBI programs, including enhanced due diligence, including the name change, and all of those are central to the legislation. From the moment we heard of this, we got notice of it through the media like everyone else. We immediately made contact with the U.S. Embassy in Barbados and our contacts in the State Department. And everyone indicated to us that they had no formal information on this, that they were surprised by the action, and that they will seek to get information for us to transmit to us on what actions can be taken, if any, on this. I would urge us as citizens not to be too anxious at this moment. Allow the government to get the information from the State Department, from the U.S. Embassy, and whatever actions we have to take to address the concerns, if any, of the United States, then we're prepared to do so, as we have done on many occasions with the 6-point plan that they provided to us, and of course with the involvement in the legislation and the agreement which we entered into. So the reason given was a bit surprising to us and surprising to everyone we spoke to in the U.S. government. It could very well be a situation of miscommunication between the White House and the other arms of the government in the United States. Sorry, the other departments of the government in the United States, the Department and the Department of Treasury. And I must say that the U.S. itself was the most engaging and the most supportive in respect to the review of the agreements and the review of the legislation. We will continue to work on this. We will send formal notes to the United States government today, seeking clarification on this matter and urging a review or a consideration of the decision. And I think if the reason given by the White House is that there is no residency requirement, then that's already been addressed with the support of the United States government. So it could very well be a situation of miscommunication or lack of communication, but I don't want to speculate at this moment. I think allowing for getting accurate information from the United States government is the first order of business. Once that is done, we will respond to it formally. And of course, as always, we will keep the Dominican public fully informed and apprised of the developments as they come. So at this stage, in these moments, you have to be calm and focused on what needs to be done in the circumstance. And as a leader of the country, that's how I'm approaching this. I've been up on the phone from yesterday, calling all our contacts. As a matter of fact, I met with some U.S. officials last week in New York, and they were very pleased with what we have done, not only on this matter, but other matters that we've been working with the United States government on over the last 8 months or so. So this was really a surprise to us coming from the White House yesterday. But I'm confident that if that is the reason, then we should be able to address it. And if there are any other reasons that they may not have indicated in the proclamation, then I'm sure we can negotiate ourselves out of that challenge. But at this stage, I would urge all of us to be calm and not allow our consternation to take over us. And that we'll work, from a government standpoint, we will work through this with the United States government.
All right, Mr. Prime Minister, I know you stressed a lot on urging the citizens to become, but does this development, put the citizenship by investment program under threat?
Well, as you know, the CBI has been going through its own challenges globally for a number of years. This is not anything new. Everybody knows of the importance of the CBI program to the welfare and well-being of all of the countries that are part of the CBI program. Developed countries have engaged in their programs. They have different type of programs, whether it's residency programs or golden visas, whatever, or residency programs. When you look at Dominica and its vulnerability to natural disasters and external shocks, had it not been for the CBI program, we would not have been able to build so many homes for our citizens. Had it not been for the CBI program, we would not have been able to respond to the devastating impact of Tropical Storm Erica and Hurricane Maria and COVID-19. And of course, the number of infrastructural projects from hotels to the airport, to our hospitals, to health centers, to roads, to bridges, to schools, that we use the funds for. These are funds that you will not necessarily get from an international financial institution. And even if you had access to the funds, you always have a limit in how much you can borrow as a country that has been battered by natural disasters and external shocks over the last 12 years. And so the CBI program continues to be an important source, non-tax source revenue for the country. And I think everybody understands it in the world. And I'm hoping that we can, the countries, the world can understand that small countries, if developed countries that have such programs, then it is quite obvious why small countries always have it. And of course, the kind of investments we'll be making is a matter of allowing us to, as time goes by, to have less of a reliance on the CBI program. This is why we invested heavily in hotels. This is why we invested in providing money to small businesses. This is why we invested in improving access in the country and building an infrastructure that can allow for more people to come to the country and build our revenue base and expand our revenue base so that we're able to earn more through tax revenues and be less reliant on the CBI program as a source of development assistance and foreign investment. And so the reason is understood. We have had this program since the 1990s, and it has been there with all successive governments. And so we're always mindful of the concerns, and this is why we have always worked very closely with all countries concerned, all development partners concerned, and to work with them to address whatever observations and concerns we're going to have. And this is what we did in respect to the agreement among our CBI countries and the legislation which was passed by us on October 15, 2025. And of course, the United States government was State Department and Embassy in Barbados who were aware of this. Clearly, that may not have been properly transmitted to the White House. And so the reason given was what, as I said, was a bit shocking for us. And of course, we worked through this challenge. This is part of life. You only stop dealing with challenges until you're dead.
All right, Mr. Prime Minister, I'm going to ask one final question.
Sure.
I know that Dominica and the U.S. have enjoyed friendly relations over the years, but what sort of impact will this development have on relations between Dominican government and the United States?
Well, I don't think it will have any impact. I think it will even improve on the communication. I will say, all fairness to the Trump administration, we have had, I could say, more communication with the Trump administration than we had the Biden administration. The extent of the contacts and engagement on a regular basis on a number of issues that we're working on. We have seen even an increase in spending by the United States on our national security, provision of additional support. So even when U.S. aid came to an end, we continue to get support through the U.S. military, the Department of Defense, through Southcom, on a number of very important infrastructure and training and material support from the United States government. So the relationship, in my mind, between Dominica and the current Trump administration has been very, very good. Access at the Department, at the Treasury, at the U.S. Embassy have been very effective at all levels. I don't see it as affecting the relationship in any way. As I said, in this business, this is a sovereign country. The same way we want the United States to respect our sovereignty, we respect the United States sovereignty, and the president is the president of the United States, and he will take decisions that he believes are in the interest of the U.S. people, whether you agree with it or not. But that is a sovereign right to so do. Just that in that case, we believe that they got it wrong, and we're hoping that they recognize that they got it wrong and that they will reverse the decision in respect to this imposition on Dominica and Antigua and Barbuda. I'm in touch with the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda. We spoke at length last night. We're working together on this, and both our ambassadors in Washington are also working in tandem on this. And of course, some of my CARICOM colleagues, OECS colleagues, have reached out and offered support and working together and doing whatever they can. So the support and the response from our CARICOM brothers and sisters and OECS have been very commendable and appreciated. And so people are offering help to see what they can do to address the issue, because they're aware of the actions that we've taken. And we must continue to engage throughout the course of today to get the accurate information, the formal information from the White House through the State Department and the Embassy in Barbados. And I said I've already drafted a letter to send out to the United States government, and that will go this morning to seek clarification on the matter. And let's take it from there. So we just have to be calm and calculated and focused in times like these. And this is what I'm doing as the Prime Minister of the country.
All right, Mr. Prime Minister, thank you very much for joining us this morning on the DBS Major Morning News.
Sure, thank you. God bless.
All right, and you have a wonderful day. All right, and that was the Prime Minister of Dominica there responding to the travel bans by the U.S. imposed on Dominica. In other news this morning, the Minister for Tourism, Dennis Charles Pemberton, says Dominica's tourism will be taken to new levels with a major endorsement by National Geographic. National Geographic, a world non-profit organization and media company, named Dominica as the best destination to visit in 2026.
Dominica being named by National Geographic as one of the best places to visit in 2026 is a proud moment for our country. It affirms the deliberate work of the government of Dominica to protect our natural assets while building a strong, sustainable tourism sector. National Geographic highlighted our rainforest, 365 rivers, Mount Wapito National Park, and our established sperm whale reserve, a global first, along with the quality of our tourism product, including Secret Bay, Colibri Ridge, and Fort Young Hotel. As a government, we remain committed to responsible development, improved access, and community-based tourism that benefits our people. We look forward to welcoming even more visitors in 2026 to experience the nature island and the warmth of the Dominican people.
And that's Minister for Tourism, Dennis Charles Pemberton. In news from the region, Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Gaston Brown, has expressed deep disappointment over a proclamation by the United States government suspending the issuance of U.S. visas to Antiguan and Barbuda nationals, effective January 1, 2026. In a statement, Brown said the government had taken careful note of the decision, which cites Antigua and Barbuda's Citizenship by Investment program as operating without a residency requirement. He rejected that assertion, saying it does not reflect the current legal framework governing the program. According to the Prime Minister, Antigua and Barbuda has, over the past year, worked closely with several U.S. government departments to strengthen safeguards within the CIP. He said the country had engaged in good faith, accepted practical recommendations, and implemented concrete measures to ensure the program poses no threat to U.S. security. Brown noted that Parliament recently passed comprehensive new legislation to strengthen due diligence, transparency, information sharing, and enforcement within the program. He highlighted that the new law introduces mandatory 30-day physical residency requirements in Antigua and Barbuda, as a strict condition for citizenship. Well, that's the news this morning. Stay tuned. The DBS Sports Report is up next.
Peter, where did you put the Lay's chips?
Oh, shucks. I forgot them at home on the counter.
You must be joking. Boy, turn around. No chips, no picnic. He knows that whether it's a picnic, entertaining at home, snacks for the children, or just liming, we always have Frito-Lay chips and snacks with a wide variety of brands, all made natural and continually improving on their products. Frito-Lay snacks is a must for any occasion. There is more than just fun in Frito-Lay snacks. Distributed by Fine Foods Inc. and available at shops and supermarkets all around Dominica. Forgot them at home. He want to spoil my day. Frito-Lay, good food for the fun of it.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
This Christmas, Flow's making the season merrier when you add postpaid to internet. Unwrap a new smartphone for only $10. Plus, we're giving you 35% off your mobile bill and win even more goodies with our Spin the Wheel Christmas promotion. This Christmas, the rewards are on us. Add postpaid to your internet plan today in-store or visit discoverflow.co for more info. Terms and conditions apply. Flow, we keep your Christmas rhythm flowing.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
This Christmas, bring home the joy with NBD. Apply for an NBD credit card or personal loan, and you could be one of our lucky winners in a special Christmas shopping spree. Celebrate the season with friends and family. Shop for your holiday favorites and make this Christmas truly magical. Make your season brighter. Visit any NBD branch today. For more information, go to nbddominica.com or call 767-255-2300. Hurry! This festive offer ends January 9th, 2026. Don't miss your chance to bring home the joy. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to the DBS Morning Sports Report. We kick off with cricket. Well, it is stumps on day one of the third Ashes Test at the Adelaide Oval, and Alex Carey's turn has kept Australia afloat in the third Test. Well, we can tell you, Alex Carey, he struck 106 from 143 balls. He was well supported by Usman Khawaja, and Usman Khawaja, he was not on the initial 11 to play in the third Test, but he filled in for Stephen Smith, who called in sick on the morning of the third Test. Usman Khawaja got 82. There was support from Mitchell Starc with 33. He's unbeaten on 33. Josh English got 32, and Jake Weatherald with 18. Well, the bowling for England, Jofra Archer picked up 3 for 29. That's Bryden Cass. He has 2 for 70. And Will Jacks, 2 for 105. And Josh Tong, 1 for 63. So the scores on day one: Australia, 326 for 8, batting first. And that is Alex Carey with 106 on the opening day. In other sports this morning, the DFA Division 1 President's Cup will serve up a mouth-watering semi-final clash this evening. As they do its center, Mighty Avengers will meet Bath Estate in a rematch of the Division 1 finals tonight. Both teams advanced with relatively comfortable wins in the quarterfinals on the weekend. The two newly promoted sides will battle it at 7 p.m. from the DFA Technical Center. Bath Estate head coach Michael Joseph says this is an opportunity for his team to make up for losing the Division 1 finals to the Mighty Avengers earlier.
Yes, Gavin, it's definitely a match that I think both clubs are looking forward to. We met twice for the season so far, and both games were 3-9 encounters, so we expect nothing less for this next game. It's a good matchup between the two teams. We are definitely looking forward to it and looking to come out with a victory in the semi-finals and make our way to the finals.
That is Bath State head coach Michael Joseph. Meantime, Mighty Avengers head coach Karim Regis says this is another opportunity for the club to continue making a statement that they are ready for Premier League football.
Yeah, Gavin, as you rightly said, it's an opportunity for us to go to the finals of the President's Cup and make some more history in our club. Yeah, we did win the finals to take the first division, but that's in the past now, and we're getting ready for the Premier season, and Bathurst are going to be in the Premier this season, and this is an opportunity for us to really make a bold statement and, take down what would be our first Premier club, I should say, in Bathurst State, seeing as they will be up with us this year. And I mean, the guys are ready, just a few hiccups here and there in preparation due to the festive season, but my boys are ready and we're going to really put on a show and, may the best team win. Hopefully we can do that clean sweep and keep ourselves undefeated against Bathurst State and meet either Foncoley or South City in the final. But it's going to be a good game for sure. And I mean, my guys are ready and I'm sure that their guys are ready. Their guys will be looking to exact some revenge for that final. But we're going to give it all that we have as we push towards the Premier season, and hopefully we can win and have a Merry Christmas.
Mighty Avengers head coach Karim Regis. Well, tonight's match will be carried live on the Off the Field program from 7 p.m. West Indies batting coach Floyd Reefer says the batters have to put themselves in positions to control the game for long periods of time if the West Indies are to be successful in the third test against New Zealand. The third test gets underway this evening Caribbean time, and Reefer says the batters need to make the most of the situation.
We put ourselves in very good positions, being in control of the game. But you can see that we didn't control the game for long enough periods of times, especially in the batting department, where we put ourselves in good positions and they never really continue. So going into this game, that is something that we spoke about, and it's something that we want to improve on in terms of when we're in control of the situation, to stay in control for longer periods of time. Batting in Test cricket, right ball cricket, is doing the right things for long periods of time. So, like you said, we had a lot of starts, but unfortunately, none of those starts converted into hundreds. It's just for us now to, like I said before, understand when we're in control in the situation. When we do get those starts, to respect the starts and try to capitalize on them. Scoring 100 in Test cricket is is always a challenge. You got to bat for long periods. We believe that, once you bat 4 hours plus in a test match, you guarantee 100. It's just about going through the different phases of the innings, understand the situation, understand the different phases of the game, and just, let to continue to do what you were doing, for long periods of time. That's how I think that's how we would get over, the period of where we get starts and not continuing. It's just doing the right things for long periods of time.
Well, that's West Indies batting coach Floyd Rifer. The third test gets underway at 6 p.m. Well, finally, veteran cricket commentator Ozzie Lewis has weighed in on the developing situation involving Dr. Kishore Shaloo, the current president of Cricket West Indies, following his recent appointment as Minister of Tourism in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. According to Ozzie Lewis, Dr. Shaloo now finds himself in a difficult and delicate position, having to balance 2 highly demanding roles. While Dr. Shaloo has publicly stated that he believes he can manage both responsibilities, Lewis questioned whether such an arrangement is realistic in the long term.
Look, I'm sure when he went up for elections, he thought he'd just be what they call a backbencher, so he wouldn't have a ministerial portfolio. But I think the leader, that is Dr. Friday, has insisted that he accept, as he said, a ministerial post, Minister of Tourism, which is a very, very important portfolio to handle. And to be weighted with that, plus being the president of the West Indies board, plus he mentioned this man thing about the ICC, how they would look at it, they might not take too kindly to that kind of double standard, or what you may call it. So, but he seems to be very committed or decided that he can do both jobs. But it's very interesting to see what the final outcome will be. But he says he feels he can do it, and I believe he is a key man in the government, and also he wants to complete his term. I think he has a year or 2 again as the president of the West Indies board. So we'll see how he handles that.
The veteran cricket commentator also raised the issue of potential conflict of interest, noting that simultaneously promoting national tourism while overseeing regional cricket administration could create challenges.
Oh, yes, for 2 more years to be in the same position, to have these 2 very important jobs, And I said that the tourism portfolio is a hefty portfolio, and to still want to be the president of the West Indies cricket board, I think it's really going to be a tough assignment, but we shall see how it comes out. He insists that he can do both jobs, so we shall see whether he feels he's a superman or something, but certainly it's not a very good position for him to be in, and he's definitely facing a dilemma, and something has to give.
Well, that's veteran cricket commentator Ozzie Lewis. And that's all the time for the DBS Sports Report this morning. Well, I've been the presenter of the sports and the news this morning. On behalf of our entire news and sports department, our links person, Hazari Williams, I'm your presenter, Ali, and Christopher saying good morning.
Christmas, bring home the joy with NBD. Apply for an NBD credit card or personal loan, and you could be one of our lucky winners in a special Christmas shopping spree. Celebrate the season with friends and family. Shop for your holiday favorites and make this Christmas truly magical. Make your season brighter. Visit any NBD branch today. For more information, go to nbddominica.com or call 767-255-2300. Hurry! This festive offer ends January 9th, 2026. Don't miss your chance to bring home the joy. Terms and conditions apply.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rod,